Good evening, AOH. We are live, sir. How are
Hello.
you this eve?
Hello.
All right. We got Robin, aka Sports and Fitness, ranting and shouting and yelling, as you guys would call him. Any minute now, he'll be in here doing some jumping jacks and push-ups and burpees and stuff like that. How are you this eve, sir? AOH. Can you hear me? Are you messing with me right now?
Me?
Yeah. What a...
Where's Robin at? I thought you said Robin was
I don't
here.
know. No, I said he'll be on his way.
Thank
Hey.
God I'm not streaming my channel.
Yeah, thank goodness. Listen, baby steps, right? Question for you. How many active podcasts would you say that there are amongst NBA players that people listen to consistently? Can you name more than 3? Can you actually name the show?
Well, you made that more complicated by the end of your sentence. How many there are and how many there are that people are listening to. It's very different. That's very different.
King Speech, if you want to come on, you can just, I think we're done here.
Oh,
King Speech,
please. King Speech, come save this fucker from his own show.
Seriously, hey, listen, at least I admit my faults. Anyways, okay.
I've never felt
let me restart here. Let me restart here. I got to get the jitters out. Can you name 5 NBA podcasts actually put on by NBA players?
All the Smoke is Matt Barnes, right?
Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson.
The LeBron James and whichever coach is auditioning. Mind the Game.
Can you be? I was going to say, can you be respectful and name it? But you got Mind the Game. Okay, that's 2.
Don't fucking ask me to be respectful to unrespectable podcasts, please.
I just like to make it through this list. That's
okay.
All.
I've got 2. I know Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce do something.
Yeah, that's what it should be called. Actually,
I don't give a shit what the names of any of these are. I mean, it's usually just absolute fucking dog shit rubbish. Gil's Arena.
So that's one I missed, but I'm
gonna Gil's Arena.
You know what? I kind of forgot about him. If I'm being honest, he still owes me sneakers, so I'm kind of etching him out of my life. I'm just gonna list a few and tell me if you've listened. Okay, Draymond Green show. Yes, right.
Fuck no, I don't listen to that.
You're aware of it, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, Maxey on the mic.
Who?
Maxey on the mic. Tyrese Maxey.
No.
Okay, the Big Podcast with Shaq.
I'm aware. Haven't listened.
Okay. How about the All NBA podcast with Tim Legler?
I know who Tim Legler is. I have not listened to that.
Didn't even know you had a podcast, right? Me neither. How about this one? The OGs, hosted by Udonis Haslem and Mike Miller.
Nope.
Podcast P with Paul George.
Yeah, no. I haven't listened, but I mean, I've heard some of these because content creators help us understand how dumb these people are, but I don't listen to the actual show. Okay.
How about the Underground Lounge with Lou Williams and Spank Horton? Lemon Pepper Lou. No, right? Isn't that crazy?
You sound like you're making jokes.
No, these are real. Okay. And how about the Roommates show with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart?
Oh God, it's called what?
The Roommates show.
Great. That's fucking brilliant.
Okay. So the reason I ask is because of all of these podcasts that we've mentioned so far, Mind the Game and Podcast P are, at least in my opinion, the 2 most popular podcasts in terms of basketball directly. I think All the Smoke, it's a popular podcast, right? But I feel like they spend so much time talking about everything but basketball. It's actually kind of detrimental to the youth. But more important, Draymond Green show too. But more importantly, the three biggest podcasts that I mentioned all push, if not the exact same narrative, I'd say there's about a 98% similarity amongst the three.
Oh, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. There's only one way to fucking survive, dude.
Which is suck the teeth, right?
Cock.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to be. Hold on, let me drop this link in the chat. See if you can do some kind of engaging small talk or something like you can.
Oh, let King Speech in because I want to hear about.
That's what I'm trying to send it to him now.
Boy, King Speech, here. You better shout out King Speech to be aware that you posted something live. He's here for everybody's shit. Yeah, let's hear about Carmelo Anthony's show. Well, Robin wanted it, and then he realized what an irresponsible, tardy bastard you are. And
listen, you got to be real careful using that word tardy. I'm not monetized yet, but please don't. People confuse that.
Tardy is in not time, not.
You got to differentiate. We live in sensitive times.
Amazing. It's amazing. Now, did we go from being able to call someone a retarded person, or you don't call them retarded, you say a retarded person, to
I'm not sure.
Or you could be or at least in 2007, you could be in a comedy film and call them a retard and get away with it.
Deadpool and Wolverine, they use the word kind of geniusly, and we're able to get away with it. Actually, believe it or not, there's an old clip from after the Heat lost in a post-game presser. LeBron James, under his breath, asks Dwayne Wade if one of the reporters is retarded.
Hey, you want to respond to Sports and Fitness Rants wants to know how long you're on.
Robin, we will be on until, what up, King Speech? Robin, we'll be on, I'd say, for at least the next half hour, 40 minutes, or until I run out of stuff to talk about.
That'll be 5 minutes. However long I carry the show.
Yeah, right. This is friendship. What up, King Speech?
Hey.
We ever going to see your face?
What's going on, man? Good to see you. Long time no chat, man.
We ever going to see your face?
Well, yeah. Soon enough. I got my. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I guess there's a delay.
I'm trying to turn my mobile hotspot on, and it's not cooperating me. Hold on 1 second.
King Speech's mobile hotspot is somehow more professional than Speam's actual internet connection.
So anyways, listen, Sports and Fitness Rants, in response to what you just said, and get this reference. Yo, that's what she said. Bam. You see how you did that? That's called comedic timing and being relevant.
Hey, way to compliment yourself, LeBron.
Thank you, LeBron. Hey, so actually, the genesis of this conversation is AOH. When you and I last spoke, we talked about that clip where Draymond was on the Kai Cenat show, which I don't know if you're familiar, but it's kind of like a celebration of ignorance. But it was more of it wasn't even a conversation. It was just somebody saying ridiculous things, and then the other person just saying yeah or or affirming it. But to me, I know you mock, but what's most troubling about that is there was no exchange of information whatsoever, like at all.
I wish you would actually watch my shows, because I covered this on Sunday with Sports.
Yeah, but if I watch your shows and then I have a similar idea, you're going to say I took it. Just like your.
Oh, gee, that'd be a reach.
Your what's the word I'm looking for? Your people are want to do.
Hey, the ops copy off of my ideas all the time. You know what I'm talking about when I say the ops. The bozos over there that under the Clutch umbrella, who happen to be on YouTube, they copy my ideas all the time. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Robin, get in here whenever you can, bro, please. So it made me think, though, that I've never seen a back and forth conversation where any of these ideas are challenged. And it got me to thinking, I mean, isn't there a professional way we can talk shit to get one of these dudes back on one of these platforms to actually be challenged in what they're saying. I mean, you know, we got Gilbert Arenas in the room one time. I know there was a back and forth with Kwame Brown. We're like this close to being able to have an actual conversation where people are going back and forth and not just agreeing. And I just wanted to brainstorm publicly how we can make that happen, because a lot of these podcasts aren't big. They don't have big numbers. I'm sure they would love the interaction. They'd love the back and forth. So I just wanted to pick your guys' respective brains about that.
You, who have 30 followers, just said that those guys don't have a big following.
No.
Everyone you just listed blows me out of the water.
Making timestamps here for when you
everyone that you just listed has a massive following compared to us.
But what are their viewership? This is the thing, because I see a lot of these platforms with a lot of followers, and then you look at their live stream. I mean, like, let's say one has 58, just hit 58K, and you look at their live streams and they got 40 guys in the live chat, which is mind blowing. But you know,
say those numbers again. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, I saw one. I mean, one. Well, and again, these are not the Player podcast, but these are one of these are the other YouTubers that go. Let's get Go Jay's Kingdom. 58K subscribers, 40 people in their live chat.
Oh,
that's little bit suspect. A little bit suspect.
Yeah,
a little bit suspect. But I mean, and again, as far as what he's saying about the players go, there's nothing interesting to come. I say Baron Davis will come up with some good, interesting points every now and then. Melo tells a lot of good stories. I don't think he glazes LeBron. He doesn't need to. He's big enough. I mean, he made it to the Hall of Fame, on his own. Other than that, I mean, yeah, they're useless. They don't, especially these current players, they're not giving you anything. I mean, every now and then they give you a zesty soundbite that, they'll talk some junk about Kobe or Jordan that they never, that they weren't even around in the league to even witness. And it just goes to show you, like, there's nothing to it. They really need to stop. Really, honestly, they're terrible.
Why would they stop? They're getting paid. Being a
because of the sponsorship. Yeah,
shit is a paycheck now.
Welcome to
planet Earth in 2025.
Even wilder than that is they're being paid to rewrite history. They're being paid to just soften what was wrong with them and build on their already gigantic ego. There are. My bad. Go ahead, King Speech.
No. I was just agreeing. Yeah, I mean, like, none of them. I mean, again, they'll talk about 90s players when most of them started their careers 2010, 20. Most of them started their careers after LeBron. Pretty much all of these guys started their careers after LeBron. Like I said, Melo has already come and gone. I don't think Dwight Howard does a podcast. So, like, even LeBron's contemporaries, Melo's the only one doing a podcast. Dwayne Wade will hop around and all that. But see, those guys will give you some interesting stories doing an interview, and they're big enough where they don't have to bow to the ring. They don't have to kiss the ring. These other guys, and Draymond Green, which he's just goofy. He's kissing ring, and the only thing when he talks trash about another player currently, which is something that you don't give other teams that you got to play against bulletin board material, but these guys are so soft now it doesn't even it doesn't even ring, and they're all scared of Draymond for some reason, except for Isaiah Stewart.
It was kind of like a podcast, but it was an actual production, but was cut pretty good. Open Court.
Yes.
That was
done on NBA TV, right? Or on the TNT thing, right?
I think so. I know Ernie Johnson was like the middleman.
Yeah. So TNT was pretty much producing that. Yeah.
That was when there was like 6 of them, right? And they sat on chairs like in a semicircle. It was like him, Reggie Miller.
Probably more than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean there were some pretty interesting conversations in there.
Shout out to McZuggins, man. McZuggins got some content coming out too, man. I like his rants.
Yeah, I like his rants. You want McZuggins to hop in? McZuggins usually has some interesting shit.
Well, yeah. Let me post the. Thank you for telling me how to run my show. but go ahead.
Trying to help you.
Hey, I'm trying to book you guys on 10 Toes
No,
Down,
King
man. I'm
Feast,
trying to get.
that was solely directed at AOH. You're fine. You're good. Please,
No,
I need all the constructive criticism
but
I
I'm
can get.
trying
That's
to
great
book
for
you.
AOH.
I'm trying to book. But I'm saying I'm trying to book one of you guys on 10 Toes Down. Y'all have I come on 9:40s Tuesdays and Thursdays, right? So that's 6:40 Pacific. I know you're on the West Coast, right? AOH and Big Zug. I mean, Speen.
He's on the East Coast.
So yeah,
On the
and
East Coast,
I usually go long. I usually have panels, and I try to get the fanboys up there to challenge what I say. But I'm always, I'm always doing a topic. I'm trying to do something interesting. I'm not doing like these other channels and he's doing LeBron. LeBron sucks. I mean, LeBron's great. Kobe sucks. Michael sucks. All the time. I mean, even during the season. That's the only subject they have, and it's horrible,
What's,
but
what's the topic? What's a non-LeBron topic that you introduced recently that did well?
okay, so I did the what's help, because we always talk about, and this is, again, we all know where it comes from. No matter who performed well for so and so on so and so's team, it wasn't help. They get to the point where Kyrie and his 29 points a game in the finals, that wasn't enough help, right? So for in general, what's help? Because we say KD didn't have enough help. This guy didn't have enough help, and I try to make a segment where I list the numbers, no names. I'm not even telling you the star. I'm just telling you the series, what round of the series is, and I'm trying to get my audience to guess based on the numbers who won the series and who the players are. Because when you go back and look at it, certain guys next to certain guys had really good monster playoff performances.
Pretty true.
So I did that. When everybody was doing the Bleacher Report top 100 all time, I did the top 100 players in the league currently. I did a show on that, the top 100 players in the league currently, because most of these content creators couldn't tell you outside of 3 players on each team. And there's a lot of guys that deserve some ranking and some recognition out there. Right now I'm doing
real quick. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, right now I'm going division by division. I did the Atlantic Division preview, and I'm giving like an over/under on what I think the win total should be. So I did the Atlantic Division. Next, I'm going to do Joker's Division, the Northwest Division, and so my next 2 shows I'm going to do a segment on that as well. So
it's a great topic. The what's help, just for the sake of argument, though. Aren't we still sort of kind of talking about LeBron, since he is the ultimate I never had any help guy? Aren't we?
Yeah, we are, but you know what I'm doing? I'm going everywhere. I won the last one I did, it was the 88 Lakers versus Jazz.
Oh, okay.
And when you put up the numbers out, right, when you saw that Stockton had 21 points a game, 16 assists on his shooting percentage was just like almost 70%. And to see that he was doing that in 1988, right, against Magic, and that series went 7. Right, it just goes to show you, when you take the names out, some of these guys they got monster performances, and so I'm going, just to prove that, hey, guys always have help. If you have a team of NBA players, you have help. The question is what the performances are, who did what, But yeah, again, it just shows you that the Jazz were pretty good a long time. They took the Lakers to 7, and that Laker team was the Laker team that went back to back. 87 and 88 with Magic. Kareem was terrible in that series. He was old, so he gets a pass.
I said it on Sunday. I was kind of amazed by Karl Malone in 2004 when he wasn't hurt, and I was like, Jesus Christ! If the Jazz had that dude younger,
Think about this. Think about it. 16 years earlier, he's going 7 with Magic Johnson. That goes to show you, Malone was pretty, pretty good. And again, shout out to a guy that was on your show. It said that Jerry Krause passed on Karl Malone for Keith Lee.
Yeah,
Keith Lee.
Yeah.
But according to them, Jordan had all the help. Oh my God, we could look at that too.
I think between Shaq and Karl Malone, the Lakers had the 2 biggest dudes in the league, at least the most yoked dudes in the league.
Yeah, Malone was still in pretty good shape. I know by the playoff run the injury started seeping in. But yeah, no, they had it. He was pretty good that year. He was pretty good that year. They they ran into a team that was well coached, well defended. You know.
What's
Yeah,
up,
but
Real Tiberius? What's up, Rookie 305? What's up, McZuggins?
Oh yeah, shout out to McZuggins. Hold on, I gotta do something real quick. All right, AOH is muted for the next however long I'm talking. Speaking of help, just to piggyback off Sunday's show, because I did peep part of it. If you're comparing Matthew Dellavedova, if you're comparing your coach to Matthew Dellavedova, calling him weak, calling him soft, blah, 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 as Steve Kerr, you have to address that publicly, don't you? I mean, the amount of disrespect that the Warriors just inhale on a daily basis from Draymond Green is disgusting. There are more podcast topics about LeBron's greatness on the Draymond Green show in unison than there are about Steph Curry and his greatness. I don't understand how that's not being discussed as tearing up a locker room, especially considering the scrutiny that these two GOATs, quote unquote, are in during this era. To me, it's like, which you can speak to this is your squad. Haven't you lost control of the locker room if this is out here like this and so regular, such a prevalent thing? How do you not back publicly the greatest shooter of all time, the leader of your team, and pretty much the only reason you have rings as the defensive leader of your team, quote unquote, in Draymond Green? Hold on. There you go. Sorry, my bad.
I'm not sure what the point of that mute was, but hey.
Comedy helps, guys. Comedy helps.
I'll answer that by admitting that I had to learn about some of Draymond Green's antics that I didn't even know about from other channels that turned out to be true. Draymond Green fucking bum rushed Steve Kerr in a locker room, and Steve Kerr. I mean, it's like the fact that that was kept quiet as well as it was says a lot by itself. But like the fact that Draymond Green stayed on the team after that, you can't even really talk to me about who owns the locker room after that. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand what's happening. I mean, the number of atrocities that Draymond Green has committed behavior-wise, the best answer I have, and I can't claim that it's correct, but the best answer I have is the power of Clutch Sports and that you're untouchable. It's like, keep getting paid and keep being a piece of shit.
No, I know he's not our favorite guy. I know he's not our favorite podcaster, but Drake, what I will respect, and this is when I became a big fan of all you guys, where I said, hey, I need to get in this space myself. When Gilbert Arenas pulled up to your Sunday Live when y'all had with Dart, he will at least come and have the debate. He got his ass handed to him twice by Capitat. We know this. Yeah. And then every time I remind Lamont of that, who comes on my show often, he gets mad and he makes another Kobe bashing show. But you know, that Draymond Green. Now, Draymond Green loves to talk about, y'all know I'm a Knicks fan. He loves to talk shit about the Knicks. If you guys know anything about Knicks Fan TV, they have a platform and they invited Draymond Green to come on and debate. Draymond Green backed out at the last minute. Can you imagine? You book a show, you have a show, you advertise the show. Draymond Green is coming on to speak. He talks so much crap about the Knicks. Come on, Knicks Fan TV. Talk to some of the Knicks fans in the chat. Talk to some of the Knicks fans that call in. And he this was about a year and a half ago. I think it was like before the playoffs last year, 2024. He has not appeared on that show since. And that's the thing about Draymond Green is he's a guy that like a lot of these guys, they like to shoot their missiles and then hide in a bunker. Yeah. They won't. It's like if you watch The Sopranos, right? That's where Tony Soprano won the war because they were mad at Phil. Like Phil's troops were mad. Like, bro, you don't went up to Long Island. At least Tony's up there with his crew. We don't even know where you are, and we're fighting the war for you. And they turned on Phil. I'm not, I'm doing an analogy with TV shows, but that's what Draymond Green is, and that's what a lot of these LeBron guys are. They like to shoot shots, but they won't come in debate. I have not seen Draymond Green get involved in a debate.
Well, as he mentioned earlier, like that show was full of nothing. So let me ask you, King Speech, because you brought up this wonderful point. Do you think that Draymond never had any intention of coming on? Or do you think that somebody talked some sense in him and said, you're going to get fucked up?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what happened. They said, you're probably going to look bad when because Knicks fans, and if you know anything about Knicks fans, and a lot of us are wise asses, and a lot of us, hey, you can say we're delusional, but we are passionate about our team. But when you're sitting there talking crap about a team, mind you, because the Knicks have the last 2 years have been better than the Warriors. If you're going to talk about the team, then, know what you're talking about and actually stand up. There's a lot of stuff he's doing. He knows his Knicks for clicks. If I bash the Knicks, oh, yeah, people watch my little bullshit podcast that has no content worth watching. I'm not learning anything about basketball. I'm not learning anything about the Warriors. All I'm learning is how much I like to glaze LeBron James. You know what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're talking about information. You're talking about a podcast that actually contains information versus just absolute nonsense.
Yeah,
that's my point, though. That's my point right there. Is relative to all of those platforms. I'm a nobody. I feel like AOH, you have a pretty good platform. King Speech, your platform's growing. You know what I mean. But if I'm a nobody, what do you have to lose coming and debating somebody like myself or our group? Because if you're so right and you're so steadfast in your beliefs as he is every time he speaks, then you have nothing to lose. If anything, you can just try to shout over me like all the other LeBron fans do, because I have nothing to say. I'm a hater. I yell at clouds, blah, blah, blah. But if you give me an opportunity to defend my stance with logic or playing devil's advocate, then if I'm a nobody, it's like when the WNBA players were challenged to play those high school players, but they didn't because they were scared of the potential results. You have nothing to lose if you're Draymond Green or any of these guys. I mean, that's the one thing I do respect about Gilbert Arenas is he came on this platform, like you said, King Speech, and he went back and forth for everything that we disagree. He was out there engaging. Draymond Green doesn't do that to anybody unless they're backing up what he says, and they never challenge it because he'll always hide behind, well, if you disagree with what I'm saying, then you have something, you hate a strong black man, you're hating on me, blah, 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 all that stuff. It's all hidden.
I played in the NBA. I play in the NBA. I know this. You don't know anything about the game. Again,
Bill, am I live?
I had a question. Is McZuggins actually here?
Am I?
I think so. Yeah.
Hey, McZuggins.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. He's being very patient and quiet.
Oh, yeah. I thought I was still in the waiting room. Man, I came on here loving Speam. You didn't even say I was live. I had no idea.
Okay, this bashing has got to stop. It's getting out of control.
I came to defend you, sir.
Sometimes you got to pop out and show them, right?
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you?
What up?
I wanted to. I'm actually working on. I talked to AOH a little bit about it. I'm working on my first few, I guess, episodes or whatnot. But one of the things that I'm working on, I've actually got a little map going, is none of these podcasts exists like solo. They're not little independent things. I mean, I know they're big in terms of audience, but I mean, these guys all are grouped up by networks very similarly to the way that players are grouped up by agency. So it's not Draymond Green that's doing anything, that's saying this or saying that or refusing to debate so and so. There's no upside to it, and there's no need for him to do it when he's part of a group. I think he's part of the volume over there, and there's like 16 shows in the volume, and they're all competing with each other for ad dollars. So
that's owned by Colin Cowherd, right?
Yeah,
the volume. Yep.
Yeah, it's him. Paul George has one on there. I think there's 4 or 5 NBA ones, a few NFL ones, a few general sports ones, general sports betting. He's got, I think, 1 or 2 for that, right? And then the other networks is all the same thing.
So why bother showing up if you're potentially going to get your ass handed to you? On the other hand, why bother saying you were going to go on in the first place? Guess what my answer is? There aren't any consequences for people talking out their ass and then not delivering. Sadly.
Why say you're going to do the dunk contest? Why you say you're going to do the dunk contest?
Well, I think that's exactly it. You'll look bad if you say no, but you won't really look bad if you just don't show up later.
Anymore. No one looks bad anymore. There's always an excuse, no matter how fucking pathetic your behavior is.
But look at this guy. Look at this guy. This certain fan base and this certain generation, they believe that there's value in saying, "I would have if I tried." Like just said, the dunk contest. LeBron would have won a dunk contest if he wanted to. I mean, when they make fun of Jordan's in his 5-point 3-point, at least he was out there having fun. He wasn't out there again. He won 3 or 2 slam dunk contests. I think he won 3, right? He played hard in the All-Star game. You got one who once he realized the script was going to give Steph Curry the MVP, decided I called out at the last minute, right? But they believe this. I would have beaten the Warriors if Katie and Love were healthy. I would have beaten the Warriors again if Kyrie never left, right? I would have if Katie became, they believe that this is a victory in their mind. The would have, could have, should have, and there's no such thing. These hypotheticals mean nothing.
Can I give you an even crazier, more recent example, real quick, AOH, before I forget? This whole thing with Trae Young and Patrick Beverley going back and forth. The fact that Patrick Beverley used his playoff experiences as a mountain to hoist himself up upon, in comparison to Trae Young, showed you exactly where you are, even with the quote unquote old heads. If you side by side, Trae Young, to me, for all his faults, you can't compare him and Patrick Beverley.
Why do Trae Young and Patrick Beverley get to talk at all?
Well, that goes back to what I'm saying, the whole shut up and dribble thing. They have a platform, right? And these conversations could be held behind closed doors, but we're forced to see it played out publicly. And it's performative, just like everything else. I'm just more bothered by there is a group of people that are like, "Oh, Patrick Beverley has a point." No, he doesn't. We're just getting further and further into the muck. You know what I mean?
Patrick Beverley has the most rehearsed points ever. That man, they rehearse the point, they recycle the same point, they do it over and over and over again, and people typically don't catch it. Like we showed it. We did it. Hang on, we did it with I sent it right. It was I'm pretty sure. Yeah, AOH. I sent it to you, didn't I? Like a month or two ago.
What?
Right about LeBron having a bag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a year prior. He did exactly the same bit.
Do you guys have any idea what I could have done if I was a better shooter and a better jumper and a bigger person? And more athletic.
Speed knows my stance on this. I am the GOAT. I am the greatest to ever play the game.
Hey, why can't we all be in the GOAT conversation?
No, I am the GOAT. I don't want to hear anyone even try to debate that with me. I am the greatest basketball player ever because all the accomplishments that I could have had if I had accomplished them. Period. That's it. I don't know.
You've got antlers like all the other GOATs.
Yeah, that's right. I don't want to hear it. King anything. I'm the emperor.
Oh my God, bro. I'm telling you. Oh, but It's again when we were ready to leave him alone. The greatest Burger King commercial of all time dropped. The Forever King. We like LeBron. The summer. I mean, we're coming into training camp. All your mind the game. Mind to blame episodes were done. You got booed in New York. Then you drop the biggest cap of all. I defeated all my rivals. You have a losing record against your rivals. Who are your rivals? The Toronto Raptors with DeMar DeRozan? Did you forget that you're 1-3 against Curry? You're 1-2 against Duncan, and you were lucky if it wasn't for Ray Allen saving your backside. I mean, Chris Bosh is not a big three. Oh my God!
I would have to say that the internal dialogue in Clutch at that point, I think, was a group of people saying, "Listen, you're going to have to say some bold lies. You're going to have to start owning some truth." And you're going to have to put out these incredibly false claims because it's going to create traffic.
Well, let's go to China just in case some
What's
people
that?
in the
Oh,
let's
the
go to
China
China
thing.
just in case some people in the United States actually remember history.
Right. Well, history is not great for this country, as you know. I don't think, as dumb as he is, I refuse to believe he read those lines and thought to himself, I've defeated all my rivals. I've done X, Y, and Z. There's just no way. It just, because if that was the case, he wouldn't have been talking. Well, hear me out. He wouldn't have been trying to denounce ring culture not 2 months ago.
Dude,
If he
has no
what he was saying.
consequences to anything he says. Stop
He says or
acting as if
does.
he has to
Yeah.
think anything out.
Yes.
Ooh, I think Robin's here.
Now look,
Rob.
now look at the China tape. Look at the China tape. They're going to tell you that MCL flared up. The MCL was bothering him, and he couldn't really get the lift on his jump shot the way he wanted to. And so,
No.
let's keep it real.
Hang on. No,
Let's keep it
that's
real.
not-
He switched hands too because his hand was sore, right?
No, hang on. They already did this though. Remember, like halfway through, he starts shooting with the left, starts shooting kind of like little basket throws. Like I'm just having a good time. I'm not even really playing.
Yeah.
They're not going to say. They're not going to say a word. They're just going to let it stand like that. Just like he wasn't really being serious. Obviously, if he was serious, he would have
Robin,
been there.
you're out here. You're out here, Robin. I got to announce it. I got chastised earlier.
When I see, I'm sorry. When I see a Mitchell Robinson making every jump shot, every 3-point shot, he's making at LA Planet Fitness, wherever he's playing these summer games. He's making every 3-point shot, and this guy's never took a shot outside of 5 feet in the NBA in his whole career. He's making every jump shot. He's bringing the ball up and everything. And I see LeBron in a shoot around not drop one. I see little. Wow, but I see kids banking in threes, and LeBron made not one. Come on, man.
What up, SNF? How you doing,
Robin?
What up, Robin?
Yo, King Speech, what up? Speed.
What's going on, bro? What's going on?
Thanks for letting me in, Speed.
Absolutely. That's a dope hat.
Thanks.
That's a dope Terminator poster.
It sure is.
The man right there.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Oh, that is a dope hat. Yo.
The robots told me.
Nuggets, what up, man?
How you doing, boss?
Chilling.
What up, Go Cast? What up, Go Cast?
I'm telling you, man, we need more collabs, guys. We need more collabs. Like, we need more collabs for real.
My whole thing is
y'all be over there with FYF, man. Them Go James clowns, man.
Oh no! I be bringing the smoke to them Go James clowns, and I get a lot of click farming out of them.
Yeah.
I get a lot of short material. Yeah, and I invite them on. Hey, they come on to my platform. I cook them nonetheless. I go over there. I cook them. They mute me and they kick me out. Oh, they kicked me out like 3 times this weekend. They kicked me out 3 times this weekend. I mean, what can I say?
One weekend.
In one weekend. Now when they come on, I give them advance. I give them the red carpet treatment. I let them get their points up, and then I cook them. That's how I do. But you
be representing.
Johnny sees me on the platform. He all of a sudden he gets scared. You already know what a Johnny does. He yells and yells and yells. He mutes you, then he kicks you because he can't come out. He can't come out. But I'll still pull up and I'll say, hey guys, I'm just here to have a conversation. I'm not here to argue.
Can I shift us just forward thinking for a moment? Something sick and disgusting that I think
you can try.
All right. I think here's my bold prediction for this year. I'm gonna guess that I have my reasons for this, but I think it's gonna turn. I think it's gonna start becoming all the problems with the league, why the league is no good, and it's all gonna be hate the league. And I think LeBron's gonna try to become the face of it. I think that's what's gonna happen this year. I think over the next 12 months, or not even the next 9 months.
Can you expand on that?
I think 2 things are going to happen. First, first I'm going to go at so ESPN has virtually dropped out of basketball, right? Way less. They have less games, right? Less coverage. They've been slashing. A long time coming. Yeah, well, they've been slashing their budget. They've been getting rid of people. That whole what's her name? My
Molly
apologies to
Kieran
her.
was out.
That's the one.
Molly Curran.
Molly Kieran
Right.
was out. Yeah.
Remember how it came out that they offered her like kind of an insulting contract?
See, but they got the 100 million, so they probably didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
See that.
I don't think that's personal. They've already been cutting most of their producers. They've 3-4 rounds of layoffs since I think since 2023, since the new CBA went down in the NBA. So regardless, the point is they've been slashing everything all over the place and then sold a minority stake in ESPN to the NFL to get that Red Book stuff. Right. So they're all in NFL, all in on profit, and they're kind of pulling back from all the other sports, including the WNBA. It's not NBA specific, it's everybody else, right? So now you're going to have Amazon and NBC coming in. NBC's coming in with the nostalgia. They're bringing in, if you look at their lineup, it's all the old heads, it's all the old players, the ones who have been mostly the ones who have been critical.
What's the full
NBA
lineup?
on NBC.
Yeah, NBA, they're rolling out Bob Costas. They're bringing back the song, right?
They're bringing back Bob Costas?
I heard he's gonna be doing. I don't know if he's gonna be doing like the court side, all the stuff, like all the time. But he's come back to do some interviews, some special stuff, right? Michael Jordan's gonna do the pre-taped stuff. Apparently, Reggie Miller is actually going over there now.
Oh, really?
Which is
Melo's
interesting.
over there too, right? Melo's gonna be over there too.
Yep, Melo's gonna be over there. There's a whole bunch.
Miller has to make amends.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Reggie Miller does over there. And T-Mac is
Can
also
I just
over there.
interject real quick that this is all on the eve of the commissioner saying that it's a highlight-based sport.
That's right.
After dumping all this money into these television contracts, but now it's about free highlights.
So,
go ahead. I just want to throw that out.
So
there.
my thinking, to speed this up, because I could go on forever about all the deals that they've made in there. But the general point is NBC is clearly targeting nostalgia. They're clearly going after old heads, right? They're not going after Gen Z, right? Gen Alpha. They're not going for that at all. They're bringing back all the nostalgia stuff to, I think, try to get us and everybody in this chat and probably everybody in all your chats. They're trying to get us to get back to watching the game. They're going to be more critical. They're going to aim for the stuff that we have already said that we don't like. I'm guessing they're going to talk about the young players today. Don't do this, that, and the other thing. They'll be professional. They won't. I don't think they're going to, go after LeBron James or go after any of this stuff. But they will start. Oh man, back in our day, it used to be this and it used to be that. And players today don't do this. We want to see more of this, that. They're not going to do, I think, the sort of ESPN monopoly thing, because there isn't a monopoly anymore. Now it's going to be ESPN debate shows, NBC nostalgia shows. Fox is going to keep doing what Fox does, I guess, just be loud and critical of everything. Right? Amazon is now going to start doing coverage. So there's no protection as a monopoly anymore to control. So it's going to be a little bit more honest, and I think it's going to be more appealing to old heads to watch the game to pay money, because I don't think Gen Z worked out. Turns out that all the clicks and highlights and TikTok stuff, turns out that didn't actually convert to any real revenue. It helped with sponsorship, but now that's down. So that's where I think that's going to go. But if that's what's being echoed in the media, LeBron is planning to leave, right? We know he's leaving probably at the end of this year. His fans got to give a reason, say, oh, see, because LeBron's not playing, that's why I don't want to watch. That's why the game went down, because LeBron left, right? That's their only move to keep that bullshit going. So my guess will be that he's leaving because the league isn't what it used to be. When LeBron James will say, because he's done this, that's the second part of this, is LeBron James has done that every single time. Right? When everybody was complaining about load management, he suddenly decided to go Iron Man. When everybody was complaining about threes, he went on TV talking about there's way too many threes. And if I remember right, then the next game he shot like 7 threes and made 1 or something. Like the very next game. But he gets out ahead of whatever the dominant narrative is. He tries to become the face of the critique of that narrative.
Hey,
every
what's
time.
It say about the product? What's it say about the current product when you got to revert to nostalgia?
Yeah. I mean, yes, I think so. I don't see any other way of slicing that. Like
LBJ, my king for life. Gee, I'm so shocked by your fucking douchebag.
Is the NBA a bad product?
I'm so shocked. What's wrong with you people?
I'm just moving past it.
But if that's
this is my goal.
But here's the question. Wait. To tie back to what you were the the reason I'm bringing that up is you were talking about how do you hold these podcasters now to account? How do you get them to come on your show? How do you get to talk to them? Or how do you get to hold them to anything, right? I'm guessing that over this next year, as soon as LeBron James starts mentioning that stuff, and as soon as that starts to become the narrative, I'm going to guess that every single one of them is going to bend over backwards to try to undo all of the things that they've said and instead try to make it about new generation versus their generation. And they're suddenly going to say all of the things that we've been saying as if they've been saying it all along. So my guess would be, I don't know what we do there. That's kind of that's to your question. What do you do with that? Do you start keeping an archive of the stupid shit that they've said so you can do the before and after?
Receipts don't matter. You know that. Receipts don't matter.
Apparently not.
Yeah, but you know what matters though? What you're talking about, you just said before. It's about the facts. It's about what these guys are out here saying, because that's ultimately what's hurting the game. Who wants to listen to a bunch of guys lie about the past? Nobody wants to hear that. What you want to hear is that these guys are great and they're being compared to the other greats that were doing great things before them. Now they're trying to make it seem like the guys are doing things today that the guys in the past had no, like, they weren't even playing basketball back then, essentially. So it's not doing anything for the game, and that's part of the problem for these guys. They're not telling the facts. When they talk about the old heads and all this stuff that, oh, you guys are just mad and you guys are just haters. No, what we're talking about is the standard that has been lowered for these guys today. So the true fans are talking about the standard.
I'll answer you there, though, Robin. Who wants to hear these guys lie about the past? People who don't know the truth about the past.
Right, but those are not real fans. So that's what I'm saying. That's why the game is not being uplifted, because the people that we see on Facebook, Facebook Facts, these people with these weird channels and these weird pages, the LBJ, my king for life. I mean, come on, man. Like, he can sit there and look what he wrote. He said, look, y'all gonna be mad when Bron gets his 5th ring at age 41. Like, come on, man. This is what you're going with. You really think LeBron James is leading the Lakers anywhere? He's running the coattails of Luka Doncic regardless.
When LeBron James is along for the ride,
when he wins his 5th ring, he's saying insane.
Stop it.
How about his 4th ring?
None of
his
you,
4th ring.
There's
maybe.
only one person here who knows the answer to this, and it's whether or not the LeBron James doll that this person purchased has a penis that he can actually put in his mouth, so that you can, like, physically suck on him instead of just think about it. Like, can you actually put the LeBron James doll in your mouth, LBJ, my king for life? Can you actually
I've got 9 whole viewers, and I can promise you 9 of them don't want to hear everything you're saying right now.
Yeah, all but one of them did. All but one of them wanted to hear it.
That is so gross. Who wakes up in the morning is like, yo, I can't wait to get the latest Draymond Green podcast episode. Who does that? Who says that to themselves? Only fools do. When we talk about people who are actually going to listen to these programs or listen to people, who's listening to Nick Wright? The weirdos out there, not the true basketball.
Nobody.
Goose, Robin, Goose. Goose.
Exactly.
The Goose. Someone screenshot AOH doing that right now. Never mind. I already did it. It's done. That's done. That's in there now.
You have a better chance of getting pregnant, says it.
I do.
Go ahead, King. I thought you were talking.
Get a few LBJ
breaking up a little bit.
Groupies.
King Speech breaking up a little bit.
I am fight them on.
Are you trying to stream Space Jam 2?
Because I like to cook. I actually have a 16-year-old LBJ groupie that hangs out with Go James Kingdom and them, who comes to my stream. Oh yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna try to. Let me mute up. Hold on.
Hold on. This dude said, "Listen." He says this. Why
turn on hotspot wireless?
Oh. Right, yeah.
We got to listen to King's speech. Use Skynet.
He said, "Why don't y'all actually talk about the game of basketball? We're constantly talking about the game of basketball. We're actually putting out video footage on these live streams oftentimes, and we're highlighting what's going on there. That's basketball. We're breaking the game down. We're letting you know that your boy LeBron James is out there throwing illegal screens. He's out there throwing his shoulder into people. He's out there throwing his leg out. He's trying to trip people. We're showing you the video footage, my man. That's breaking down the game. What are you talking about? We're not talking about basketball. We're talking about basketball. LeBron James, once again, is out there doing things that we're saying is basketball. We're talking about the travels, the carrying of the basketball. That's basketball. That's the standard I'm talking about, my man, LBJ, my king. Listen, when you guys come on here with these weird names and these weird channels, what you're showing and telling me is everything that I already know. You guys have zero creativity, zero originality. All your channels are the same. Either says Witness, either says King James, either says LBJ, or some kind of form of that. Every one of these channels and pages, y'all are a joke, man. Like this dude's, that's why he didn't go. I heard you guys talking earlier about the dunk contest, because that's why he ain't do it.
Well, to be fair, I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about the NBA, and the NBA is not basketball. I mean, it's just not anymore.
That's a solid point.
It was once upon a time. Now it's not. It's a media circus. It's a whole bunch of narratives. I mean, these guys. I talked about on AOH's show. These guys are literally incentivized to compete less. Like, in what era could that? Like, I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy to me. Like, literally, if you play hard and you fail or you lose or you get posterized, your endorsements go down. If you sit out for half or more than half of the season and don't play at all, your endorsements go up. Like, how does that make any sense? I don't know. It's not competitive basketball.
Look at Paul George, Ben Simmons. I mean, Damon, Dollar Dame is going to be getting paid from like 3 different teams for the next 5 years.
Yeah.
To your point, to go back to Portland on a farewell tour, that he didn't want to stay in Portland, but now it's, just like LeBron back to Cleveland. It's I can't wait to come home. You weren't trying to go home to Portland because they weren't doing anything for you. It's okay to own that. Like, be honest about it.
Yeah. And you can see the stuff coming.
Gelly worked his ass off. Had to go to the hospital. He worked so hard against Curry. And what's his reward? What's his reward? What's his reward? Get shit on forever.
Yeah. And again, just going back to this real quick. Speaking of shit, shitting on players.
Hater? Sports and Fitness Rants hater?
Yo,
they're making names up now. I'll put this up here just so you can see it. It's a pretty good.
Hey, LBJ
thumbnail.
King for life. Very creative.
People are weird, man.
LBJ King for life. Very creative.
I mean, that's a sign you made it if you think about it.
Yo, I've had, that's probably the 30th one I've seen of this.
That's what I'm saying.
You made it, bro. You made it.
You've made it.
I want you guys to think about this. This person actually sat down and took time out of their life and was like, yo, let me get a picture of this dude. Let me make a channel and come out here. I mean, think about what your mindset is to do this. Insane.
I think Sports and Fitness Rants could actually take LeBron James in basketball one-on-one right now.
Definitely like a burpee contest or a push-up contest or running up and down the hill.
If I fouled him once, he's done.
LeBron's only cardio exists coming out of the mouth of Nick Wright. LeBron, Sports and Fitness Rants will win based on cardio. Sports and Fitness will win based on cardio.
Let's try to clean this up. I've got so little imagination left. Please don't.
I mean, it's not wrong. If Robin can actually go from basket to basket and doesn't go three line to 3 line, he wins.
I tell y'all what I'm not
That's
gonna
it.
do. I'm not gonna flop. That's number one, and I'm not gonna load manage.
Yeah.
Hold on. I have to post this. I have to post this real quick. I've been patient, but if we're using 2K as a means of justifying something, I can't tell if that's serious or not. I try to be respectful, but if we're using 2K as a means of justification,
everybody, let's get real and talk about a video game. Let's get real.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. It's like,
do you know? No, hang on.
I don't know where we can go from
hang
there.
On. I'm not gonna be as.
Get to breed. You people
that can't be real.
Breed.
That's not real, right?
Wrong. You get to breathe and breed and vote. God damn it.
Here's the thing. I'm not so against. Maybe I'm a little younger, so maybe I'm not against the video game stuff. I used to love the basketball games. I used to like the old ones. I used to love that shit.
Yeah, you didn't get to make a living doing it. You didn't get to make a living doing it, though. Things have changed. You get to make.
No, we just hung out in the living room and talked shit to each other and played, NBA Street, NBA Jam, NBA Live.
Sure, it was recreation, man. It was
Yeah, it was
let
fun.
loose. It wasn't a replacement for reality.
Right. But here's what's funny about that to me, though, right? Here's what's so funny. Never mind streaming video games or any of that stuff. If you look at the complaints about NBA 2K, they're like 1 to 2 years behind the same complaints of the actual NBA. Like even in video games, they can't help it. Like if you suck at shooting and you go look it up, you'll see a million. No, you'll see a million takes of if you can't shoot it well in 2K, or if you're losing in 2K, or if you can't unlock this or unlock that, you must really suck. Because ever since 2K24, defense in 2K is a joke. It's not. It's so easy to do. And it's like, gee, I feel like I've heard that in real life at some point.
Zuggins, can I ask, is there flopping in 2K? And that's a real question.
Man. I haven't played 2K since 2K13,
can anyone in
2K14?
anyone's chat answer that? I'd love to know. Is there flopping in any of these games?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be shocked if there wasn't.
Let's simplify it. Let's just send Speem over to suck some techie's penis and have him go higher in the 2K ranking.
Hold on one second.
And
there's just no reason. What he's saying is crass. I apologize to my very refined audience. I apologize. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good, does it? Doesn't feel good to have your voice silenced, colonizer, does it? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man!
Shout out to Speed, man. Speed, man. You've been missed on these streets, man.
I appreciate that.
Everybody wants to know where you've been.
I appreciate that.
Here's your chance to tell everyone where you've been.
We're working in charge of the youth. So just praying for the future.
I hear that, man. I hear that, bro.
For real though, KD, we're gonna miss you in chat, KD.
Yeah, man. As I said, man, you guys, I always have to invite, call into my show. Every now, I know you guys are probably busy at that time of day. But I'll be on tomorrow evening. I believe I got. See, what I always do is I come up with the title. Shout out to GoCast because he's my producer, like my partner producer. Yeah, there we go. I always just tell him set up the live. I'll come up with the topic the day of or the day before sometimes, and I just get on and I'll just start ranting. Just start ranting, and like I said, I'm trying to figure out which one of us attracted the Bron sexual that really done changed his name to SNF Wasn't Fitness Rants hater. I mean, Jesus Christ, one of us attracted this clown. But again, I welcome them on my show because again, I want to have the debate with you guys. Like, you really want to. But I don't really try to make my show about LeBron. I try to make my show about the NBA in general. I think the league. First of all, there should be a face of the league. The problem is they don't want to give it to a foreign guy. They don't want to give it to Giannis or Joker or even FCA.
No, they do now.
They need to. They need to because it hasn't been LeBron for a long time. It hasn't been LeBron for a long time.
Hey,
Luka,
yeah. You might want to put the call-in up for Siberius.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Actually,
I just wanted to post
this question. Siberius, let's go. I've
telling
him, Kate, come on, Siberius. He's another one that's doing content.
King Speech.
Great channel.
King Speech question for you.
Oh, that's a great the retired version. That's a good one.
And I'm not trying to make it sound like a sellout thing, but are you telling us that there is a formula to just debate these people and let them spew their nonsense and people will come for the drama?
I think so. I think debate is a real good thing. It obviously has to be regulated. Like you have to have a strong moderator, right? Or you have to moderate it to a point.
Look like an actual debate.
Well, I mean, yeah, because a lot of times, again, these guys, you guys will have these trickle down LeBron fans come in your comments, and I tell them, call up. Hey, if I'm wrong, if I'm capping, I've had a Johnny on my show twice. The second time I had to clear my own panel so I could have him one-on-one, and I cooked him. Yeah, go James Keenan and Johnny.
But who do you attract? But who do you attract? Don't you just attract more?
No,
of
but
them?
I attract. You know what I attract? I attract people who want to talk basketball. Who want to get down deep in it. Some of them like LeBron. Some of them think, okay. There's a lot of guys that say, okay, LeBron is great, but and I get what you guys are coming from. Some of them think Jordan is a GOAT. Again, there's many opinions, but some of these guys are so sycophantic about LeBron. If you give him any criticism, you're a hater. I had one guy say, you hate, because I have LeBron number 8 in my all-time list, and I have Duncan number 13. He said, because you have LeBron number 8, you hate on LeBron, but you talk about Duncan. I said,
You're a
right
Duncan
there.
hater. You're a Duncan hater.
But no. He said, I talk about Duncan. Why don't I hate on Duncan too? Because everybody really kills me about not having Duncan in my top 10, and I have my reasons. I hate LeBron so much that I have him higher than Duncan, a player who I actually respected.
Why the hell is not LeBron James above Tim Duncan?
But why are they?
Real quick, just real quick. To piggyback off that King speech, why is it that whenever we talk trash on LeBron James, we're hating on a black man, but when we pick up any other black player in the NBA, which is 98.6% of them,
exactly. Thank you.
It's crickets.
Thank you. You're hating on a black man. I tell my own mom. What you guys don't realize, is LeBron hates on more black men than anybody. LeBron, mind you, why do we call Kyrie a bum? They'll go out of your way to tell you, well, Kyrie never done anything before LeBron and after, even though he just got to the finals in 2024, right? They'll go, everybody who ever played with with LeBron is a bum, and everybody who ever played with Jordan was great. I was just on Go Change Kingdom. Jordan had a great team. I said Jordan earned his great team because he didn't have a bunch of great players. Will Perdue was not a great player. John Paxson was not a great player. Bill Cartwright, especially the version that played with MJ, was not a great player. He averaged 6 points and 4 rebounds. Matter of fact, in that 3-peat, he had 2 points. You know how much Horace Grant had in Game 6? 1 point. But
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
matter. Doesn't matter. But a guy could actually go 20 and 15. Like Big Z could actually out-rebound. Big Z and Gooden could out-rebound the entire Spurs front court, the entire Spurs starting 5, but they weren't helped. They didn't. Larry Hughes playing on a torn plantar fasciitis just to give them anything. They wasn't helped. But meanwhile, LeBron James going 2 for 18 in his first finals game. Well, he just dragged a bunch of bums there. He was worn out. Again,
how the hell do you have him above Tim Duncan then? Excuse me?
Okay, so I actually okay, Robert. I actually will give LeBron. I hate on him so much. I actually will give LeBron credit for being the best player in the league from about 2011, 2012 till around 2017 when Kevin Durant knocked him out. When Kevin Durant beat him, that's when I gave Kevin Durant the crown for that short time. I don't think Duncan. I actually think Duncan's prime. I thought Kobe and Shaq were better players. I thought Duncan was a third, probably a close third. But between that, again, I just think that certain guys were better. Like I had to consider you the best player in the league for you to be in my top 10 at some point in your career. Like Hakeem Olajuwon is number 9.
King Speech isn't watching my game breakdowns. He ain't watching my game breakdowns because he ain't gonna like to see it.
Listen, I understand what you just said right there. I understand what you said about being the best player in the league. But we have to understand and look at it from the perspective of who are you competing for that spot with? All right? When you talk about Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, the Jason Kidds, the Allen Iversons, the Dirk Nowitzki, the Kevin Garnetts, the guys that was running rampant in the 2000s, my man, that is way greater competition than the freaking guys that LeBron James was competing with to be the best player in the freaking league in the 2010s. We're talking about the Wayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, and Derrick Rose, who was injured. Come on, man. He's going against nobody to be the best player in the freaking league. Steph Curry was clearly the best player in the league when he went back-to-back MVPs. He clearly was. I mean, LeBron James was never that dude for about a couple of seasons. And how was he that guy? Because he had to go join a super team to be that dude. He would have never been that dude on Cleveland because he wasn't that dude on Cleveland. This is what we're talking about. Tim Duncan was a mainstay for 20 consecutive seasons. The San Antonio Spurs had the number 1 defense multiple seasons. And why was that? Because of him being the anchor. And you're going to sit here and put LeBron James above that dude because he was the best player in the league a couple of years? That's insane.
Well, okay.
Here, I got you. I got
I'll
you,
take
King's
that.
Speech. No, I got you,
Go
King's
ahead,
Speech.
go ahead.
The Spurs
Where
were
does
super.
Robin go when he
No,
does that?
hang on. The Spurs were a super team. That's it. Doesn't matter. They're a super team. Therefore, they're all disqualified.
Yeah, no,
Tim
I mean,
Duncan.
look.
Tim Duncan didn't carry no Villanova, did he?
Yeah, they carry Villanova. He even
Yeah,
carried
he
Wake
did.
Forest. Shout out to Wake
Yeah.
Forest. He had Randolph Childress. Yeah, he had a couple good nice players down there.
I'll answer LeBron took off Kingdom's question
Thank
with
you.
his new
Thank
with
you.
his new fake name. Anyone else with a starting position?
I was going to ask somebody to give their argument on it.
Anyone.
So go ahead,
Please,
Adrian.
Can I have this? Can I have this?
Anyone.
Can I have this?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go. Bye.
Because I just researched this. Oh, okay. Sports and fitness. Well, LeBron Glazer. That's because I'm not even going to read your name out right. You realize who he played in the conference finals in 2018? Who did he play in the conference finals 2018? And let's go to 2017 as well. Because 2017 they played another, but since you asked 2018, he played against a baby Sabonis and Oladipo in the conference finals. And I believe that didn't that go? No. Wait. No. They played against I'm sorry.
They played the Boston Celtics.
They played the Boston Celtics with no Kyrie.
And Jaylen Brown was 21.
Yes, right. Yes. And the year before that, they played the Boston Celtics as well. You realize who the leading scorer in 2017 are the Boston Celtics? Avery Bradley. The second leading scorer, Jay Crowder. So who could take them? Anybody with a pulse? Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley were the two leading scorers of a conference finals team. But we want to talk about, though, how hard it was to get to 8 straight finals. Let's stop it. No disrespect to Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley. Come on.
Was Paul George the best player LeBron faced in the East? His first Eastern Conference go?
What, you talking about 2011?
Just in general, because their biggest hurdles were what? The Pacers, the Wizards, the Celtics.
It was supposed to be the Bulls. It was supposed to be Derrick Rose and the Bulls.
Derrick Rose got hurt, though.
Right. And that was it.
He got hurt.
Right. So arguably, Paul Pierce
Carmelo
was
Anthony,
the best player in the East.
Yeah, Melo playing with a bunch
Carmelo
of
and the Knicks on Amari. These are the teams.
Yeah, Amari was never healthy. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Those are the teams. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
And Atlanta Hawks.
All they did was suck off LeBron in their post-game press.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget Atlanta Hawks were 4 All-Stars, even though Kyle Korver will wind up on his team like a year later.
Yo, think about it. You just mentioned the Boston Celtics in 2018. That Boston Celtics team with a 19-year-old Tatum, with a 21-year-old Jaylen Brown, that was the number 1 defensive team in the league that year. I want you guys to think about that for a second. That was the number 1 defensive team in the league. Think about some of the teams that were the number 1 defensive teams in the 90s when Michael Jordan's Bulls were trying to win championships. The 1993 New York Knicks were the number 1 defensive team that year. Does that number 1 team compare to the Boston Celtics? These guys can't shine the shoes of the 93 Knicks on defense. But that was the number 1 defensive team in 2018. And 19-year-old Jason freaking Tatum and 21-year-old Jaylen Brown. Are you kidding me right now?
But also, by the way, this is basketball discussion, not LeBron discussion. Sports, fitness, rants. I'm not going to hate or whatever. This is you said we don't talk basketball, but we're talking basketball. We're literally talking about the makeup of the league during a time when a lot of these fans probably weren't even alive or old enough to comment.
Do these people acknowledge in any way, shape, or form how condemning it is to make it to the finals and get swept? That the fucking Eastern Conference was bullshit. You got swept in 2018. You're bragging about 2018 and you got swept.
Not only got swept, they got swept by a record margin. That's the record margin for NBA Finals. We played 80. We're going to play 80 NBA Finals this season. We played 79 already. The 2 least competitive NBA finals, LeBron James was at the losing end of it.
I would venture to guess that.
Oh, here we go. What
and
about Jordan would have got swept.
Clutch. I would venture to guess that Clutch and Nike probably pushed the NBA not to do the top 16 teams, no matter what conference they were, because they knew they weren't going to have very many players in the finals, specifically LeBron James. Because if they switched to 1 to 16, he's probably out in the first round. If in the playoffs,
common denominator here of just not existing in the world, like, hey, let's go to NBA 2K, let's go to woulda, shoulda, coulda, might have. I mean,
remember this guy's first name was LBJ, my king for life.
Upload ourselves to a video game.
What is that sound?
This is a grown man they called LBJ his king. We live in the United States. Now, I know I'm in Brazil, but we live in the United States. There's no king in Brazil either. No dictatorship anymore here. You call a grown man your king, but why should Jesus Christ? Oh boy. But yeah, I mean, I've seen this guy on my channel, so I don't know if he follow, because I'm not even co-streaming, so maybe I don't know. Maybe he saw me. I don't know.
I do agree with you, King Speech, though, that there should be a platform. AOH doesn't believe it, but I do believe that there could be a platform where we can have this conversation, and every point that's thrown out is countered, because I feel like we do a pretty solid job of that every Sunday.
We do a decent debate league. Yeah, we do a decent debate league. I know the Dart is doing a debate channel. I collab with them a lot. One of the guys that left Go James Kingdom is working with him, and we've had our little debates and all that. There's ways to do it. Again, I like, I invite them to come on. If I'm capping, I have a smoke show. Bring the smoke. Bring the smoke. If you think I'm full of it, test my knowledge. Yeah, I did get it wrong with the Pacers. The Pacers were the first round, but the Pacers took them 7. The Pacers took that team 7. And he said, who could have dragged George Hill to the finals? Well, didn't Tim Duncan drag him a couple of years? I mean, he did start with the and mind you, George Hill was the starting point guard of a team that he played in the conference finals twice. So he played against George Hill. Then he goes and plays with George Hill.
I just don't think it does anything.
Yeah, I mean,
he ended up playing with Jay Crowder.
I mean, yeah, we wound up against Jay Crowder and Avery Bradley. Ooh, Al Horford averaging 13 a game.
Well, you guys should probably address Italian and Laguna's comment. He's got some info in there.
George Hill and Jeff Green. Yeah, people. I've seen KD play with Jeff Green. I've seen the Celtics play with Jeff Green.
Something that's not being responded to often enough is this whole leader in points of all time thing. Not one person mentions regularly that it's not very difficult to score if the entire nature of the game and the refs and the other team are all catered to your specific needs and lack of skill set. Nobody talks about that context. The traveling, the stiff arm.
Down, get your travel, have a visible halo. If you get within that halo, it's a foul. There's a halo around them, like a 2-foot halo. So if you get within that halo and you have anything that looks like contact, that's a foul. I mean, come on, man.
King Speech, they called it a crab dribble. Even when he traveled, they called it a crab dribble. They made up something. Dribble. They made up a name for an illegal move.
Did you guys ever hear of the gather step when Jordan played? Did you get a gap so you can gather the ball and then take 3 steps and then take off? I mean, Jordan would have 60,000 points. Like, we're gonna do that.
Jordan limited himself to 2 steps in the dunk contest, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he doesn't know any other way.
Right.
He doesn't like that's
Joker
the thing.
Won a hey, LBJ, my king. Joker won a finals with Jeff Green a couple of years ago. He was an important player on that Nuggets team. This is the thing about you guys. Y'all don't understand the way teams are built. Jeff Green. Yeah, Jeff Green is a pretty good player. Here's what kills me. Like, God, these same guys,
hey,
they
Siberius,
shit
get
on
in there. Get in there, Siberius.
Oh, Siberia's here?
I am.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah.
Shout out to real
DC,
Siberians.
What's up, Siberius?
I'm doing good. I was just waiting to jump in. I'm too polite.
Yeah, I'm the same way. They don't really announce stuff around here
rude as
when you're
hell, my
live.
bad.
Yes, there's specific people that don't deserve your respect. Just one.
it's
Wow.
Spain's donkey show.
And he just spoke. Go ahead, Siberius.
Where's sports and fitness rants at? Lifting weights?
I don't know. He walks off, and then I don't see him, and then he just appears.
I think he goes.
I
He's
just
an
wanna know if
old
he can
school
hear
Navy
us.
guy. I think he does 10 pull-ups. 10
I
pull-ups
just
off
want to know if he
camera.
can hear.
That's how he gets so fit. He does 10 pull-ups every time somebody mentions a lie about LeBron James.
That dude, he's in fantastic shape. Yeah, that's why I listen to. Oh, there he is.
Katie couldn't make what
Guys,
Joker
come on,
could.
Robin, is that your workout routine? Have you tried that yet? Can you survive that? Let's ask that.
Survive what?
If every time someone says a lie about LeBron James, you do 10 pull-ups.
Pull-ups are hard, man.
I know.
What program we talking about? On ESPN First
Oh
Take?
Christ! Come on, just a pull up, a regular pull up. Mr.
No, I was saying,
Specifics.
what program are you guys talking about? Like, if I'm watching a TV show and someone's lying about LeBron James, or are we just talking about in general?
Any fanboy lie about LeBron James.
Oh man, you're gonna be talking about 100 pull-ups, man, 1,000 pull-ups.
That's like he died.
You gonna have to have to be some pretty damn shit. You gonna have to be like that to be able to do. You have to be one of those bar masters.
I think this upcoming season we should
I
do
can
shots
do
for every
muscle
time
ups.
something upsets us in the game.
Let me read DC. Imagine LeBron playing with any of the first three-peat Bulls.
Yeah.
Swap Jordan for LeBron. They would get swept by the Cavs or Knicks.
Yep,
Absolutely.
no doubt about it.
Forget about the finals appearances.
See, you know,
No doubt about it.
The LeBron James fans, they never make it about LeBron James having to raise his level of play in those moments. They always make an excuse for them. So they're like, oh, he's 4-6 because the team he was playing against was too great. Oh, the competition was too stiff, or his teammates weren't good enough, or the coach wasn't great. Whatever the case may be, they always blame something. But when you look at a lot of those scenarios, a lot of those series, LeBron James wasn't great. He wasn't great, man, in 07. Wasn't great in 11. Wasn't great 2009 versus Orlando Magic. He wasn't great in a lot of those series. That's why it seemed lost.
Well, the question I always come
How
back
about
to.
imagine not? Well, real quick, sorry. You can't be talking about prime John Starks and then JJ Barea is the first name that comes up with a LeBron anything.
Thank you.
So you can't do that.
Thank you.
That's
No.
you just can't.
Thank you. You're going to the conference finals with Jay Crowder as the second leading scorer of the team you're playing against. Don't tell me about John Starks, sir. Don't tell me about John Starks. Okay. Oh, Jeff Green was a star. Let's go to that 2018 team. They started the season with Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade. All right. Derrick Rose should have been sixth man of the year in 2021, Thibodeau's first season with the Knicks. So Derrick Rose had something in the tank. As a sixth man, whatever. They also started that season with Isaiah Thomas on the team.
Yes,
they
sir.
traded half the team away.
Yes, sir.
Traded half the team away. They got Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson is still cooking with the Knicks. He was
Yes,
sixth
sir.
man of the year again. You're talking about guys who did something after they left LeBron. So why couldn't LeBron make the most with those spare parts? You want to crap on Jeff Green. Guess what? You played against Jeff Green. Jeff Green gave you hell with the Celtics. Come
Isaiah
on, guys.
KCP has a ring after LeBron too.
I mean, you made some great points there, King's Speech, and it's like who did what after LeBron defeats the idea that they were shit with LeBron, but there's also all the people that you just left off, like like Kyle Korver was a bad shooter, Kevin Love was a fucking bad player, even though he's a franchise player. He's still on that team. Larry Nance Jr., Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Isaiah Thompson, Dwayne. I mean, why did you go?
Those are the relative nobodies.
Dwayne Wade was on the team. Why'd you bring Dwayne Wade over if he was shitty? How about if you don't bring people over if they're so fucking shitty? Have you thought about that?
LeBron gets help. LeBron James will get help. Then they want to compare him to the help. Oh, well, he wasn't as good as LeBron. Of course he wasn't. Again, I said this. In Game 6 of the 93 Finals versus the Suns, Horace Grant had 1 point. 1 point in that whole game. Scottie Pippen didn't score in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan made the plays. And yes, Michael Jordan drew the double team and kicked it to Grant. Grant got it open to Paxson. They won. But Bill Cartwright had 2. Horace Grant had 1. 3 points from your starting 5 and your starting 4, and the Bulls still won. And they played against a game Phoenix Sun team. You guys will act like Phoenix Sun had the privilege of having Tom Chambers be the 8th man. You know how good Tom Chambers was?
Yep.
Not one of y'all mentioned Anthony Davis either, by the way, who was the best offensive, not the best, arguably the biggest offensive force while LeBron was in the league.
But we watched
But
this
he was
happen.
quote unquote injury prone.
We watched this happen in real time. Every year,
Yes.
it was a different person.
So
It
look
was
at this.
Luka last year. It was Luka's fault last year for not being in shape and not playing defense, even though nobody on that team played defense.
But I mean,
Muggsy Bogues got 1 steal on Michael Jordan. He got locked up by 5'3" Muggsy Bogues. Now, we're not going to talk about Nate Robinson blocking the shot twice from behind. 5'7" Nate Robinson blocked his shot twice from behind. We're not going to talk about how Earl Boykins was 5'5" in the league with LeBron James as well.
I think
Robin,
there's two.
Robin, you've been requested to give an answer to the original question.
Oh my God.
What's the original
Hey,
question?
This is definitely
I don't know. I'm
Johnny
kind of
Burner
drunk. Hold on. I gotta
this is
go
a
first.
Johnny
been
Burner
quiet.
account. I have a feeling.
Robin's been quiet.
What's the
James
original
Kingdom.
question?
Let him
It
go.
was about that 2018 lineup, I believe.
Oh,
Hold on, let me
name.
get
I think
back.
it was name one player who I don't know if they specified
I'm
all
going back
time or
for it.
just at that
I
just
don't want to
in
misquote it. I'm
2018.
going back to look for it.
But
I
it
just
was
don't wanna
one
misquote
player
it.
who
That's
could
all.
have carried the 2018
There we go.
Cavs besides LeBron. I don't know if they mean all time or
How about
just in
Kevin
2018.
Durant, the person that everybody was so fucking upset about the Warriors having. Give the Cavs Kevin Durant.
Well, that
There
was
we
my
go.
answer.
There we go. There we
That was
go.
my answer. My answer was
Oh.
KD.
Solved.
The question is not a valid question because they're making it about the teammates of LeBron James once again. It's not about the teammates of LeBron James. It's not impressive what he did because you're trying to say the teammates are crappy. Who did he beat? You have to answer that question. He didn't beat anybody. So the answer to your question is any all-time great player could have easily taken that team to the finals because you weren't going against anybody,
With
my
less
man.
money.
Come on, man. Stop it. Scottie Pippen could have taken that team to the finals.
Yeah.
With less
And
money.
let's not talk about him making Love play out of position. I mean, Kevin Love was a walking 20 and 10, 20 and 14. He makes Love play out of position the way he did Chris Bosh. And now we want to
Look
sit
at
there
Chris
and say
Bosh,
like
yeah.
Kevin Love was nobody.
That's the system. That's
They
the
didn't beat
LeBron
160
system.
win team, and you name me the best player that LeBron James beat en route to that finals. The best player he beat. If you want to say it was a 19-year-old Jason Tatum, okay. If you want to tell me it's Victor Oladipo, you want to tell me it's DeMar DeRozan, who you guys clown as the Michael Jordan of this era. So you tell me the best player that he beat. And there's not one player on that list that would ever sniff being an all-time great in the 90s. Nowhere on the level of the guys that Michael Jordan was beating in his Eastern Conference. He was going against guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Penny Hardaway. He was going against guys like Patrick Ewing. He was going against guys like Charles Barkley in the Eastern Conference. He was going against Reggie Miller in the Eastern Conference. Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas. Are you freaking kidding me, man?
How many times did he go up against Dwayne Wade before they went on the same team?
Never.
Because
Not once.
yeah,
He has no history against Dwayne Wade at all.
Was it?
Dwayne
That's a
Wade should have
rivalry to NBA
ran the
history.
East. Ran the East. Dwayne Wade did.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
Isn't that
He
crazy?
beat the 50.
Not
He
once.
beat the 59 win Raptors. No, he didn't beat anybody. He had a team to beat him. He had guys like Kevin Love on his team. He had guys like Tristan. So we named the guys on his team. Jordan Clarkson on that team. Guys who would come on.
I have an odd question about this since we're talking about the roster in 2018. Just a small, tiny little detail. What other NBA player of all time do you think would have consciously put together the 2018 Cavs? Do you think Jordan would have picked those guys? Do you think Horace Grant would have picked those guys? Maybe Bird would have picked those? Who would put together that roster and then complain about the roster?
Well, they were too top heavy. I mean, what's your problem? Why don't you understand that? They were too top heavy. Don't you get that?
They had a deep ass roster. Yo, my man just read off all the dudes. You're talking about guys that could do something. They were role players. Once again, all of a sudden now, being a role player means you're a scrub and a bum and you can't do nothing. You got to get carried out there.
Even if he chose them. Even if he chose.
No, wait, yeah, no, there it is. No, hang on.
Steven Jackson is out. Actually, Steven Jackson's actually out there talking about how Ray Allen wasn't that good lately. I don't know if you guys have got that.
Oh, I got a video coming up about that tomorrow.
Wait, that's the point that I was making a month ago. AOH is exactly on it right there. Why would you request those guys if they're so shit? Or alternatively, if you did request them because they're supposed to be so great, why are they shit in 2019 or 2020? Why looking back do they become shit? It just doesn't make any sense.
Can we talk about Russell Westbrook? Can we talk about Russell Westbrook? How Russell Westbrook go from a 22, 12, and 12 guy? And can we put Russell Westbrook's stats in that 2022 season? Can we put it up against Scottie Pippen? Points, rebounds, assists, and true shooting percentage, and turnovers? They're almost identical against Scottie Pippen in 93. Jordan wins the three-peat. LeBron doesn't even get to the play-in. He doesn't even get to the play-in tournament.
Bro, don't get me started.
Russell Westbrook was the ultimate win-win for LeBron because if they win a championship, it's because LeBron turned him into a greater player. If they lost, it's because it's Russ being Russ. And nobody reported that responsibly in the sense of this is a can't lose for him. And that's why Russell Westbrook doesn't talk about it.
Not only did they not report that at the time, looking back on it throughout every player that has done ridiculously well afterwards, it's because of his mentorship from before.
True.
Hey, can I mention one name that gets left out of NBA history? And because this
Linsanity, I'm so glad you mentioned it.
Deadlift Shrimp?
No, not yet. A smaller name because Miami Heat went
Larry Hughes
in free agency and got Mike Miller. And then after the Miami Heat were done with Mike Miller and LeBron James went back to the Cavs, LeBron James said, "Hey, I need that dude in the Cavs," and the Cavs got Mike Miller again.
Yep.
Now, stop pretending like LeBron James doesn't have anything to do with his recruitment of bringing people over from his previous teams. There's quite a few people that get drug around that he's like, "Oh, yeah, I liked you. Come over here." And where's Mike Miller in NBA history? Fucking nobody, as usual, with LeBron James's teammates.
Dude, Mike Miller got screwed. I told you what happened to him, right? I think so. When I was talking about the Clutchonomics, the team model of Clutch Sports, he was just at the worst time of the NBA for contracts and stuff. He was too expensive for the minimum, for the MLE, for the exception. But he could, is just way below market value to pay him the actual MLE. So he ended up in just no man's land for years, getting way less than he should have gotten. That's tragic, man.
As you guys say this out loud, the amount of specialists that LeBron has had on his rosters it's not even worth the conversation when you talk about his comparison to any other.
And forget Mike Miller saved his ass in 2013.
He hit the famous jumper with one shoe on.
And he chased down one of those rebounds. He chased down one of his breaks, the first one.
That's true.
That's right.
Dwayne Wade going to the Cavs might be more of an embarrassing move than Bronny getting drafted by the Lakers.
Terrible move.
It's awful.
It was because it almost, actually, no, I take that back. Him telling Carmelo Anthony, now's the time for us to team up because they were able to get Melo at basically this vet minimum contract. It was an insult to Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah.
And they didn't even make the play-in tournament. Now look, Dream, you was winning when I was breaking down Zay's cousin, right? Remember that stream when we was with Zay's cousin?
Oh yeah.
And this is what I do.
Silent. I was getting at him too bad.
This is what I had a couple more run-ins with him, but look, he goes and says LeBron went 36-6, right? Now I brought up Russell Westbrook's stat. That's what made him say. You see, remember when I said will get the help, and then they will compare LeBron to the help. Like, doesn't matter that LeBron went 36-6. He got a guy that put up Scottie Pippen-like numbers, and y'all made it like he was the worst player in NBA history. Okay, but here's the thing: his 36-6 was only 58 games, 57 games. LeBron quit on that season. Westbrook played 77 games that year. LeBron played 57. And the only reason he played 50 something, because he was coming back to pad his stats so he could try to win the scoring title. He wanted to win a scoring title on a losing team with 5 Hall of Famers that didn't even make the goddamn playing tournament. Are you kidding me?
Well, they didn't have enough time playing together, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they played 0 games together in the preseason. Anthony Davis, okay, look, Anthony Davis played 42 games that year. LeBron and Anthony Davis played in 42. They played in 22 games with both were available. Do you know what their record was in the 22 games where LeBron and AD both played? 11 and 11. 11. Oh yeah, he was injured. Yeah, 11 and 11. They were a mediocre. Well, if AD was healthy, they were a mediocre team. So you can use the AD excuse. You can use LeBron himself gave up on the season and then said, "Oh, I need enough points in games to qualify for the scoring title. So let me go after that. Let me pad my stats." I believe that the next season he passed Kareem, but he wanted to pad his stats. He was competing with Joel Embiid for the scoring title, and then Joel Embiid went off on a stream of 50-point games and blew LeBron out the water. LeBron couldn't pad his stats enough for him to get a meaningless scoring title. When Westbrook is putting up, again, Scottie Pippen 93 numbers. Say what you want about the turnovers and this, that, and the third. He's still putting up the same basic numbers that Scottie Pippen put up in 93. So,
but King's speech also, real quick, King's speech also, that was a perfect situation for him because just like you said, if he had went for the scoring title that year, everyone would have said he was selfish. But in the meantime, just like you said, he was getting all of these buckets in garbage time during like blowout losses against teams that they shouldn't have been losing to, just for him to be able to easily surpass it the very next season. But nobody talked about this man staying in 20, 30-point blowouts. I've seen AOH do a ton of film on this. Why is he staying in the game? And that's the same year JJ Redick said we need to be celebrating his success. And guess what? JJ Redick is the coach of the Lakers the very next season or 2 seasons later.
Thank you.
It's disgusting when you put it to a bird's eye view, but for some reason that's discounted every time you bring it up. My bad. Go ahead.
Absolutely retarded, man. Absolutely retarded, man. I'll be back. I'm eating dinner. If you guys are back on, I'll hop back on with you guys.
You know what I remember about
See you, man.
Peace, King.
All right, King. Peace. Thank you, sir.
Salute.
What I remember about the play-in was LeBron on TV talking about how great the format was and how great it is for teams to have a chance and how more teams can get in and how it'll rectify any mistakes or hard times they have during the season. And then when he had to play into it, it was something about whoever, right? He said whoever invented the play-in had to get fired. It was it was the most garbage thing ever.
Yep.
And then what Chatter's talking about, promise to never miss it again, ever, never be in that position again. I don't know why it was such a great idea that we were all so supportive of. That helps out so many teams and can rectify all this stuff. Like I don't know. So I don't know how he feels or anybody feels about the play-in tournament.
Yeah, you know, that's real funny too that he says that, you know, LeBron James made that promise he's saying, because I remember when Michael Jordan came as a rookie, he guaranteed the Bulls would never miss the playoffs as long as he was there, if he had anything to do about it. So he never failed on that guarantee to the city of Chicago. The funny thing about it is they knock him now for being 1-9 without Scottie Pippen, but what are they really saying there? They're saying that Michael Jordan, in fact, was at least making the playoffs without Scottie Pippen. So when we talk about how great Scottie Pippen was, all they're really highlighting is what LeBron James wasn't doing. He didn't make the playoffs his first 2 years in the league, but somehow, some way, they want to talk about a promise that he made all those years later. Come on, stop it. He also told us to keep that same energy, and we did.
Yep, I remember that. That's right. Didn't he delete that tweet?
That's right.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Keep that energy.
The tweet was about his personnel ages.
That's right. Delete it.
Keep that same energy.
And delete that energy, I guess.
Delete the energy.
Exactly.
Guys, I'm good, and I'm good to end it here if you guys are.
Well, I'm down to end it. I wanted to get your thoughts on what I was talking about what happens this year as as creators and stuff over there. If the narrative flips and LeBron tries to become the face of the league is the problem and the league has all these problems and the league is the reason that all these complaints exist, and he becomes the face of those fan complaints, what happens? What do y'all do?
The only reason I don't see that necessarily happening, I think Uncut is the one who did a video on this, is because Nike has such a strong grip on the league. I think it's a win-win for him no matter what. So even if he's not the face of the league, there's going to be that push from the players and the analysts that are going to argue the point that you just made, right? He's not going to have to. It's always going to be somebody else that takes on the onus of the work, right? It's always going to be your Rich Pauls or your Kendrick Perkins or somebody like that that speaks on his behalf, even though everybody knows that it's coming directly from him. So I think he's just going to maintain the same safe
True,
stance.
but he's going to have to justify going to his own league.
I don't think he has the balls to do it. He can't. I mean, that NBA money's different. Those guaranteed contracts are different. I don't think Nike's going to be okay with him going to his own league.
No, I don't think anyone is going to allow that to happen. The investor or the owners of the league are invested too much in their product. That would be them fighting against themselves. I don't think they'll allow that. And if he tries to come for their money, that's a dangerous game to play. They're billionaires. You got 1 billion, they got many.
So what do we think? You think he's going to like fake an injury shortly after Christmas and then just own one of the teams in his new league?
That's interesting.
You know, listen, I'll be honest, I don't think that LeBron James has the cachet to start his own league. He's trying to find investors right now. He ain't that dude, man. See,
Nope.
These are the things that we're talking about. Like, you want to be like a Michael Jordan, you're never going to be like that, because ultimately when it comes down to what we're talking about right now, you're talking about these kinds of guys, these powerful men who have all this money that are sitting at these tables and having these conversations, making these deals. When you're at the table and in a room with these kinds of people, you need some cachet. You need some kind of credibility. You must be somebody. And to me, LeBron James is not Michael Jordan-esque. Michael Jordan's aura demands certain kinds of respects and certain privileges that LeBron James is never going to, in my opinion, have access to.
I don't know, man. I don't think he has to be that guy. He just has to be the face of it. I mean, he wasn't the guy to start an agency, but Rich Paul did.
Yeah, but
He's not the guy to start a media company, but Maverick Carter did.
Yeah, but look what he's doing, man. He's trying to monopolize everything on his own. That shows you right there that he don't have no cachet like that. Because once again, he's trying to buy everybody. He's trying to buy everybody instead of make deals with people and get along with people. He's buying everything. That's not going to work. That's nothing. Michael Jordan don't got to do none of this stuff. He don't got to go out here and beg people, got to call people on the phone. They call Michael Jordan up, man. This is the difference. That's what I'm talking about here. When LeBron James is trying to do all this stuff, he's literally trying to buy his way into everything. At the end of the day, those guys don't need your money. They don't need your money. You're not going to be able to buy those guys. You're small to them, so you have to have something else. What is LeBron James bringing? He ain't bringing nothing. He got no personality. He got zero swag. Like I said, he has zero cachet, zero originality. Where's the creativity coming from? What is he bringing to the table?
To your point, Zuggins, and just to piggyback off Robin here real quick, I think the times where he has shown example of his decision making, it's been a disaster, or at least the decisions that he takes credit for, right? It's been a disaster. If you ever notice, he doesn't take credit for bringing Luka over. He takes credit for bringing AD over, sure, but one bubble ring, AD with the Lakers is kind of a failure if you really think about it, right? Russell Westbrook, a failure. Him and D Wade, that's a success, sure. But all the moves that he, even in his like entertainment industry, think about all the movies he puts together, all the products he backs. They're usually some ego-driven venture that fails.
True.
Look at the I Promise School, right? What's that?
The tonal machine.
The tonal machine. You know. They're almost always a failure. Look at his sneakers. As a sneakerhead, I'll tell you, his sneakers, he has input in the design. They're miserable. They're terrible. Just to your point, Robin, they're not original. They're based off of Kobe's at this point. Shocker, right? When he's left up to his own mind and decisions, it's more often than not a success.
Well, and he tends to go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, he tends to copycat. So this is one of my hot takes, and I plan on doing a video on it on my channel. LeBron always does what Jordan did. Always. And when he's done with the Lakers, nobody else is going to want him. So my hot take is he's going to end up playing for the Wizards like Jordan did and try and erase him there too.
That'd
Could
be
be.
insane. That would be
But
nuts.
remember though, if he does that, he's gonna have to donate his salary to something. He got to play for free then, man.
Well, and he's certainly not going to play 82 games this last season, so we can scratch that off the list too.
He didn't play 82 games for the last 15 seasons.
No.
Didn't even play 80 games, 70 games, 60 games, maybe a couple 60s.
Maybe a few 60s.
All
No,
he
but I
got to
don't-
do is play 65 now.
That's true. I don't know though, man. That's just the way the pieces are moving. I just don't see how he doesn't try to make a play or at least put his name on a little Euro competitor, that touring Saudi league. Even
That
if he's
I
not
can see him doing.
even if he's not the driver of it, even if he's not the one making the deals or the one in charge of it, I don't see how that's not his move. Like I don't see any of the teams clearing cap space for him next year.
No.
He wants to do something. So I don't, I was half joking, but I don't put it past him to just,
Hey, McZuggins, you ever see the show Ballers with Dwayne Johnson?
I've seen that it exists, but I haven't actually watched it.
All right,
Great
so
show.
listen, there comes a part in time in that show, right, where Dwayne Johnson's character, he's trying to put together investors to relocate the Raiders to Las Vegas. All
But
right,
I don't think he'll be that guy. I don't think he'll be the one doing that.
No, but just listen. The analogy I'm trying to make.
Okay,
here.
I'm
What
sorry.
saying
Go ahead.
is, ultimately, what happened for Dwayne Johnson is because he had a personality, he had the charisma, and he had certain cachet because of his football playing days as a football great, a football legend. Right now, he's an agent now. But because he had that, he was able to raise enough money and able to get a conversation, a meeting with the most important guys, the other owners of the NFL. But what ultimately ended up happening was they agreed to move the team to Vegas. They thought it was a great idea, all these things, but they were able to push and elbow out Dwayne Johnson from this deal. So like as he was never there. And why were they able to do this? Because ultimately he was not on their level. And that's really what I'm trying to say here. Well, LeBron James is trying to find investors right now. And they said he's raised over $1 billion for this league to bring this, multinational, whatever you want to call it, international league with 8 teams. I think they said a men's league and a women's league. So they have a blueprint or some idea what they want to bring. But to me, it's never going to happen. Like my man was saying, the other people, the other owners, they're more powerful than LeBron James, man. And LeBron James has to come to terms with this stuff. He's not on that level, man.
I agree, and I don't know. I really wonder about it. I don't know if he's trying to build leverage or not. Because let me just set the table for you real quick. So I don't doubt that he's not going to be that guy or that he's not going to be able to put that together. I'm just not so sure that there isn't that guy putting that together who would see the value in having LeBron James's face on it for the international market. Like even if it's like almost like a mascot type role that he celebrates like it's a massive victory. I don't doubt that could happen. Like
I don't think he has the international appeal, though, Zuggins. I don't think, even to this day, Jordan has more international appeal. I mean,
sure.
it's not even comparable. And I think that LeBron's ego will never allow him to see that. And I think that you'll see a lot of potential copycat leagues, but it'll never reach
Couldn't even
the
sell Space
notoriety
Jam,
expected.
McZuggins. Couldn't even sell Space Jam.
Right, exactly. And there is, so Nike is mentioned more times in Space Jam 2 than the word basketball is.
I totally believe that.
I looked it up one time. It's like not even close. He's bought and paid for. And to think he's anything other than a shoe salesman, I'm pretty sure Uncut's the one who said that, is wrong. And that's what we're seeing now. He doesn't have the cachet to steal from Robin, to hold anything on his own, which is why he has to have all these insider agents to do this stuff for him.
True.
The NBA's biggest problem is they don't have a face of the league. It could have been John Morant, but he's a moron. And they don't want it to be Luka because he's not American. Same thing with Giannis. So they're stuck with LeBron until somebody better comes along. It's not going to be Cooper Flag.
I think that's over. I think that era is over. I think the next era is Europe. I think either Luka or Wemby becomes the face of the league. That's my prediction.
It should be Luka. He has his game is exciting to watch. He has the power. He has like that fiery whatever. But the NBA, because of that whole anti-European, aka anti-white stance over the last 2 seasons, they'll never allow it to happen.
Yeah, they're fighting. They're pushing hard to go NBA Europe now. They're trying to set up the Euro, a Euro NBA version. Eurobasket and FIBA are both pushing back hard, like hard, trying to box them out entirely. I think they're trying to push more European buy-in because they've lost the domestic market in the U.S. I think that's their only move is international. That's what we've all known that. That's what they've been doing for the last several years is pushing into there, but now they're getting pushed back over there. But the part that keeps sticking at me is I don't know if y'all know this, but Spring Hill, the Maverick Carter, LeBron James evolution. Yep. Yeah. So that just got acquired. They just merged that. LeBron's still the majority owner, but that just merged with a UK production company that does a bunch of UK television stuff. So my thinking, they want more access to the US market, but we want a lot of stuff. Or the NBA rather, wants to push a lot into Europe. So my thinking is with all that going on, if the NBA is stalled by FIBA and the EuroLeague trying to box them out and not letting them come in as quickly as they want to, it seems like a great opportunity if I'm Saudi Arabia and I want to set up a little international thing and get in there first. It just seems to make sense. And so when I hear that, what do you call it, Rich Paul and that guy Jokic's agent, the big agent dude there in Europe, are meeting with the Saudis and LeBron James is in any way involved, I'm like, there's no way those guys aren't trying to make a play and probably trying to put LeBron James's face on it.
Well, but so one thing about that, though, is this isn't the first time that LeBron has tried to buy his way into a European market.
Oh, that's true. That's really true. That's a great point.
He's a 2% owner of Liverpool Football Club.
That's right.
And he thought that people were going to give a shit, and they didn't care. Not one bit.
Nope.
So he's already tried it, and it failed. I don't discredit that Saudi will try it. I mean, how much money did they give Ronaldo? $300 million or something fucking ludicrous?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they won't try it, but LeBron will not be the success of that. If they're trying to use him as the face, they're making a critical mistake because he's already tried to buy himself into international sports and failed miserably.
That's true. That's a really good point.
The craziest point about real quick, Robin, just before I forget, because I'm going to forget. I think the lowest hanging fruit is that he'll never be the face of anything because he can't even communicate effectively enough to be the face of something without cue cards, without being led there. And Absolutely. I think that's one of the biggest distinctions between greatness and being able to lead or be an advocate for something is what can he advocate for other than himself? I mean, on a bare basic character study, what can he advocate for to grow the game of basketball? Nothing.
I mean, you can argue that he shrank the game of basketball.
Correct. My bad, Robin. Go ahead. My fault.
No, you didn't. No, absolutely, that was great, man. No, I mean, what you just said. I mean, think about what the Dream Team did for basketball. They didn't make, people want to play basketball just in their country. They made the people in other countries want to be great enough that they could make the NBA because the NBA was a standard. They wanted to be able to say one day, hey, man, I wonder if I can go to the NBA, man, and play against those guys and compete with them dudes. Now it's like, the NBA is not really like that. They're trying to say the NBA is soft now. The NBA is not like that, like some of these other European leagues. So this is where we are right now with LeBron James. And that was a great point you made about the soccer stuff because, one of the reasons why LeBron James wasn't well received or people cared about him being part owner of that, soccer club is because LeBron James, in fact, is fake as hell. He doesn't even know that. I mean, I saw the interview with him. He had no idea that the guy that he was talking to was like an ex-soccer player. He had no idea who this guy was because LeBron James is not authentic, man. He's a straight up fraud, man. Everything is about money for him. He wasn't a fan of that team or any of that stuff. So he's so fake, people can see right through that stuff.
Well, not even that. His his inability to accurately articulate his points or his perspective. I mean, I have 3 brain injuries, and I look at him, and it makes me laugh. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Do you not have some level of education that you can't form cohesive sentences or thoughts?
Yep.
Because I have the scars to prove that my brain is damaged, and I can communicate better than you can. What the hell's wrong with you? I mean, it genuinely makes me angry.
Did y'all ever see, this is petty as hell, but did y'all ever see that there's a compilation that's floating around of some pattern that somebody allegedly noticed. I don't know if it's actually true, but it's like a compilation. There's like 30 fucking clips. There's a compilation of every time LeBron James is shown with a book, he's always in the first like 10 pages.
Oh, yeah.
First page. First page.
Every
And
time.
there's that, and then
It's
there's
like 30
the
books.
lying for no reason compilations where he's just making stuff up.
I saw that the other day and I was just cracking up. I'm like, man, I never noticed that. It's like 30 different books.
So
and shout out to AOH being in the chat. Even so, how can someone of that weak of character be mentioned in any conversation about greatness, just on a general level, let alone sports? If there's so many documented examples of what's wrong.
Well,
You know
I
what
totally
mean?
agree with that, but I'm not talking about greatness. I'm talking about putting his face on a poster and plastering it all over, Beijing to get people to watch your new league. It's got nothing to do with greatness.
No.
I gotta get rolling, guys. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one, man.
Yeah, but thank you. I'm really glad I got y'all's thoughts on
Steve,
that.
thanks for letting me on
I
here.
think you're all right.
All right, Robin, we'll talk to you. Yeah, I'm about to did this myself, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everyone in the chat.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna see you guys on King's Feature Show tomorrow night, though.
Cool.
Indeed. See you. Thank you.
All right,
Southern
guys.
Siberians, appreciate y'all.
Bye.
Be safe. Peace.